What's going on, everybody? So today we are going to make an improvement to my office, my shop for my business. Right now in this pole barn, I have zero cell signal. There's no cell signal. In fact, let me show you. Let me bring this up on my phone. 133 decibels, which amazingly, there is a bar of 4G. Now, if I go into my actual office, where I plan on talking to people, I'm kind of surprised. Usually, there is absolutely no cell signal in here. None whatsoever. But this gives us a good gauge. So 126, 133 decibels. This is hideous. I wouldn't be able to make a call or even send a text. And so, today what we're gonna do is install a HiBoost cell signal booster. And here it is. This is the 10K plus, so it's for 10,000 square feet, which honestly is probably more than enough for my pole barn. But we're gonna see how much it actually boosts the cell signal. Now, to preface this, I actually just installed one of these in my house, because in my house I would get 1 bar of signal. Now I get about 3 to 4 throughout the entire house. So it's a huge difference. And so we're gonna get a little bit lay of the land and the plan, because like I said, I'm gonna use this mainly for my office for my small business. Okay, because out here, I just had a new baby. And so I need some cell signal in order to come out here in peace and quiet and talk to customers. So we're gonna install the actual booster in the office, so I'm closest to it, so I get the best cell signal. And we're gonna run it on the other side of these panels, all the way across. And then we're gonna come in at the peak, which if you look up there, you probably can't see it, but there's a tiny little hole of light. So we're gonna come in through there, drop down, follow all these panels over to the office, into the office, hook it up, and then we're gonna see our cell signal. So stay tuned. I'll try and bring you along the way and give you my honest review of this thing, if it does help. If I get cell signal throughout my entire pole barn, which I really don't. Right now my phone's saying 3G. Pretty hideous, honestly. So we're gonna try and make my office space actually usable with one of these cell phone boosters. Now, one of these boosters is probably relevant for somebody that lives in a rural area that gets some signal when they step outside, maybe not so much when they step inside. So again, we're gonna take a look, do some install, put it together, and then tell you how it goes. So actually, I figured I'd show you what's inside the box first, right? So we got this right here, which this is their 50 feet or 49.5 feet of low loss coax cable. That's probably what I'm gonna use this entire thing to run it all. Here's an additional 16 feet. Here's the actual booster. Get user manual, thank you. This is the actual booster. So if we want to compare it in size to a cell phone, you know, that's about the size of it. Power supply, wall mount. This is the mounting brackets for the outdoor antenna, which is what this is. This right here. This is the outdoor antenna. And as you can see, that side goes up. So this is how it's going to be installed. I'll put that off to the side. This is like a little window cable. So if you didn't want to do a hard install, like in my house, I didn't do a hard install just yet because we're in Michigan and there's still some snow out there. So I'm waiting. So I actually just have this ran into a window and it shuts just fine and it works just fine. We got some adapters, some other hardware. This goes with the wall mount. some sort of strip, maybe a two-way glue strip or something. And then if we take this out, there's nothing left. So, I'm going to get rid of the box. Cables, outdoor antenna with mounting hardware, and then the actual booster. So let's start with the outdoor antenna, and then we can run the cable in, run it all the way through those panels like I said over there, and then down into the office, and then we can mount the actual booster, and then we can see if it works. Okay, so I've already pre-attached this hardware, and I found out from when I installed this in my house, or on my house, that installing this first is ideal. But over there I had an antenna pole mount that used to be an old TV antenna that I mounted to, and this I actually have to screw a pipe into my outbuilding. But if you pre-install this, it's easier, because that way you can just find the spot. I'm gonna mount this with, where'd it go? I can put them in my pocket already. I'm gonna mount this to my pole barn with this. It's gonna slip around this, attach, and then while this is already attached, now I just have to undo these nuts a little bit and adjust it to get the right signal. So do this first. This is way easier if you can. All right, so let's take you through what I've done so far. Climb up the ladder. All right, so we got this going on. It's mounted, I still gotta tune it in. Which this is actually looser than I thought it would be. So I might have to drive some tech screws into this, into the building to sturdy it up. But then I did a hole through here. I'm gonna put some tape over this so that way this is nice and waterproof, or watertight as best as it can be. Connected the 16-foot cable, fed it through. And now, just for the purpose of seeing if it works, I'm gonna hook up the booster and see if there's actually cell phone signal in the pole barn. And then once we know if it works, well then it's just a matter of feeding it through all the panels and yeah, just doing the tidy up stuff, the boring stuff of the installation. So let's see if it works. All right, so for all intents and purposes, I have ran the cable up through the hole I made and rudimentarily ran it through the barn and hooked it up to the booster. Okay, so following the cable, mounted the booster, cables ran all like this for now, just for the sake of does it work. And so if we look at this, right now I have Verizon, which is the LTE 700 network, which is on top. And it's boosting my signal 6 to 7 decibels, which isn't the greatest, but it's also not the worst. I think the max this thing can put out is 12. So I'm kind of in the middle. But from no signal to signal. Okay, so we were at 133 decibels prior to the booster in this office. And right now, we are sitting at 80, and it's jumping around from 80 to 90. But now look. Now I've got 3 to 4 bars, and again, the outside antenna is not even tuned. 3 to 4 bars, 84 decibels. Let's do an internet speed, because I never could do an internet speed test out here because I didn't have any signal. Looks pretty fast. Let's run an internet speed test. Look at that. From no signal to like 35 to 37 download. Let's see the upload. Look at that. No signal. And now, from the HiBoost 10k booster, 38 download, 10 upload. So yeah, this thing works. And I knew it worked. That's why I bought another one. Because I wanted to have an office where I could actually make it an office and make phone calls. So if you're in the market, say you have terrible cell signal at your office or at your house, whatever. maybe you have a rural small business, check one of these out. See, now the fun begins, because now, like I said earlier, I gotta go and run cable across all those panels, up and down, down, up and down, up and down a ladder. But should be fun. And then just for fun stuff, let's look at, see, now I'm not right in front of the booster, and I'm at 100 dBm, so it's still an improvement. I still have signal. 105, 109. Still have signal. Looks like the lowest signal strength's 105. Which that's enough to make phone calls and get data. So let's run another speed test in this corner. See, look, perfect. That's good enough. I bet the upload speed's slower though. I sure bet the upload speed's down to like 1 or 2. Yeah. But still not bad, considering I had 0 signal in here whatsoever. So now anywhere out here, I can receive phone calls, watch YouTube, send emails, hotspot. You know, now I can actually run my computer through hotspot. And now we're gonna go over to this corner, which is the opposite corner of that. So we still got a couple bars. And now we're gonna run a speed test. Same thing. So now everywhere I go with my pole barn in my office, I have internet, signal, and it's not even tuned to the best degree, that antenna out there. This is just how much it's actually increased my signal without even being properly tuned. See, now it's showing 3 bars up there, which is awesome. Now I can actually play music out here. Can't be any better than that. So if you were on the fence, maybe you're in need of it. I was in need of it, running a small business and having my office in here with no cell signal, no internet. Of course I needed it. So huge improvement, huge boost to productivity. I would highly recommend the 10K Plus. They do make smaller models. I think there's a 4K Plus, 15K. They also do like enterprises if you have a big business where you need signal everywhere. But super simple. Now I'm gonna finish running the cord and wrap this project up. But overall, easy peasy. Just don't be afraid of ladders. Note, they did say that there needs to be a 20-foot, they said vertical, 20-foot vertical distance from the actual amplifier, which is in the office, to the outdoor antenna. Now without buildings, because there was no signal inside, I would imagine that that rule doesn't apply. And why that rule wouldn't apply is simply due to the fact that there was no signal coming in anyway. So now there's still no signal coming in. They can't interfere with one another. But overall, super stoked about this product. Couldn't be happier. So hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed this honest review. I'm going to get back to it so that way I can tidy it up and not have to worry about it or think about it again. So take care and God bless.